right, we're here with these softball girls. And tell me, introduce yourselves, please.
Okay, I'll go first. I am Ebony Garza. I am a senior and I play middle infield.
My name is Sophia Garza. I'm also a senior.
I'm Maddie Bradley. I'm a senior and I play first base.
And tell me, how long have y'all been playing?
I've been playing, I'm 17 now, so I've been playing a total of 13 years.
I've been playing since I was 4, so I'm 18 now, 14 years.
The same with Sophie. I've been playing since I was 4.
And y'all mentioned your positions. What exactly do they do, and like, how important is that to the game?
So the middle infield is kind of your speed of the field. Well, other than outfield, because outfield's pretty fast. But they cover a lot of ground, and they kind of get the balls that the corners can't, in a way. They're kind of like your backup corners, first and third, yeah.
I'm a third baseman, a pitcher, and a outfielder. So as a third baseman, you're like the hot corner. You get almost everything.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to be quick, you got to be ready. And as a pitcher, you control the tempo of the game. You always touch the ball, you're getting it no matter what. If you mess up, your team's gonna feel it. It's a lot of pressure.
Yes, you hold.
And as an outfielder, you just run back and forth and try and get whatever's.
Those are your speedsters.
You just try and get whatever's out there.
So I play first base. Your main goal is to catch the ball. So you can't have anything behind you. If you do, then like there's no outs, and like you're just like the main person to get the outs too. So
let me just say she's the best picker ever.
Yes.
She's the best picker ever.
She can pick up
She can
any
pick
throw.
any ball that is thrown at her. Any ball.
And this is a good question. What position would like I be? Someone who doesn't know hardly anything, not very athletic. What's something that I would? What's something that I would
I
do?
see that too.
Would you say? Okay, no, I'm not gonna be mean.
No, just say. I can take it.
No, I feel you would be a good third baseman just because you seem like you have fast hands, and you seem like you can cover a lot of ground on that hot corner. So yes, I see you as a third baseman.
I see you as a catcher.
I said catcher too.
I just
Why?
see-
What was that? Why?
It's the one like you catch, you throw people out.
You're
I just
the
see
one
you
that
throwing
catches
people
But you
out.
have like a nice throw, like
You got a good arm.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's not what I got from you, Ebony.
If only if you heard her original answer.
I don't even know if I want to know. The original
I don't mean to be
just as hurtful. Y'all are going to college, isn't that right?
Yes.
The two of y'all are wearing your shirts. What college did y'all commit to?
I committed to Texas A&M International. Yes.
I am committed to Coastal Bend College.
I'm committed to Midland College.
Is there any particular reason why y'all chose those schools, or it just happened to come about?
It was actually a really hard choice, because when you go through the recruitment process, there's just a bunch of colleges kind of like are calling you, texting you. So it's always a hard decision. But I chose Texas A&M because it's one of the top 5 nursing schools in the nation. And they do have a really good softball program. I did meet the coach, and I got to know him a lot more, and I got to trust him. So I really liked Texas A&M.
It's actually funny for me. Coastal Bend wasn't on my radar as a college I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to a university at first. And then it kind of got to the point where I was like, I don't really want to be that far from home, my first year away from home. And so he actually came out of nowhere and he knew my name and all that. I said yes to going to see the school. It reminded me of home, honestly. It felt like home, and the girls were super nice. The team was all right. The coaches were okay with letting me go home if I felt homesick. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna be it for me.
At first, I really didn't. I did not want to go far. I stayed away from Midland because I didn't want to go. But she came up to me. She's like, we'll give you a full ride, everything. We want you on the team. And I was like, okay, I can see. And we went on a visit. Everyone was really nice, super down to earth. The school, it was small. It was like our high school. It was like, it felt like home. It felt like Pearsall. And I was like, you know what, I like it here. And I chose it.
Ebony, you mentioned a recruitment process. What was that like?
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started.
Oh, no.
That recruitment process is a very long, and I wouldn't say hard, but it is a kind of a hard process. You know, you have to, first you have to create a profile, and you know, you have to create emails, and just start sending them to every college like 2 days before you go to the actual tournament or college showcase where you will meet the coaches. So that for me took the longest. It was every weekend, so it was like, oh, I gotta do it again. It was super long. I dreaded that part, but in the end, it was really worth it. I believe it was worth it.
Oh, yeah. This is about the same for me. I started actually taking recruiting serious going into my junior year.
Yeah.
So like every summer, almost every weekend, showcase, send out the email, showcase, get some feedback here and there. But like meeting like the coaches and like seeing how cool they were was probably like the best part.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Same with them. It also helped me like open up. Like I'm a shy person at first, but like once I get to know you, I'm like, I'll open up to y'all. But it was pretty stressful. Like with emails,
Yeah.
very stressful.
Making sure you don't copy and paste the wrong email.
No, when you send it to the wrong coach and you have like a totally different school in that email.
After I've done that, I never sent
Never
another
want to
one.
send another email.
I didn't send another one to that school.
My mom's like, why does it say Tammy you? I thought you sent it to the Galveston coach. I was like, oh,
You want to know the worst part? No, my parents had access to mine too, so they would like tell me, you put the wrong date and that's the wrong coach's name. Oh no.
Or when that coach was recently like fired or had been let go and you sent it to their kids.
Because they're on the list. Oh my god, it's so...
It's like, sorry, I don't have this job anymore. And I'm like, oh. Yeah.
What kind of level of commitment does it take to be recruited into these colleges? Like Maddie, get the full ride. What kind of level of is required?
It was a lot of sacrifices, most definitely. You know, there was a bunch of times where you couldn't do certain things you wanted to do. For example, you got invited to a birthday party. No, I have softball practice. I can't go. I'm sorry. Like, there was just a lot of sacrifices you had to make to get to where you are now, you know? And don't get me wrong, it's totally worth it. But then there's still some times where you look back and it's like, oh man, like I wish I did this. I wish I lived that memory. You know? There's just memories that you didn't get to make.
No, there's a lot of times I can recall with that. Like, I remember one time, it was my freshman year, and I was with a bomber team, and he was like, go, you're going. And we had like a band movie night, I remember that, and I was so upset I couldn't get to go. I literally cried on the way up there. I was like, dang it, I'm missing out on so much. What else? You have to be committed. You have to know your stuff.
Yes.
You have to be on point every time they call you up.
Yes.
I got lucky. I only had a fastball and a changeup when I went to go to that school. But he still recruited me nonetheless. And I'm honestly really grateful for that.
It's a lot of hard work and dedication. You have to be on it. Like, you can't miss a day or two just because you want to go somewhere. You have to be driven into what you want to do.
And here you are, some of the best players that we have. Is there any sort of specific steps that y'all took in order to get to the level that you're at?
As I said before, a lot of sacrifices. Maddie said hard work, dedication. You know, you have to want to work when nobody else does.
Yes.
So even after practice, you know, you stay after, get extra cuts or get extra fielding work. You know, it's just, there's always somebody watching, but you want to do it when nobody's watching. Because it's just that drive, that passion in you to want to do more, to want to be better. So, yeah.
Yeah. I actually started lessons when I was 7 to become a pitcher. And then that woman that taught me moved away to Wisconsin, so I was out of somebody for like a year or 2. And then I met the person I go to now. Oh my gosh, she made me cry as an 11, 12-year-old. Oh my god, almost every lesson I would cry.
I think we all had those coaches at one point. That made
I still go to her, that's the thing. So she would bring up like random moments. Remember when you used to cry and all that? And there was a little girl, I remember, there was a little girl before me, like probably 3 months ago when I went. And she was just like, yeah, she went into the restroom to cry. And she was like, remember when you used to cry? And I was like, yeah, now I don't. So it's hard. And now I go to batting lessons as well. And now I go to batting lessons as well whenever you have the chance. It's about just putting in the extra work.
Yeah. What was the question again? I'm sorry, my mind.
Are there any specific steps that you took to get to the level that you're at?
I don't think I ever took lessons. I think it was just more of me and my dad working on getting to where I'm at. But like we got a batting cage, and I just been in the batting cage every single day, and it's helped me a lot. And the coaches have helped me. Like like when I was in the Bombers, I had 2 coaches. I think it was Ruben and Dave. Was it David?
David, yes.
They helped me a lot with first base and how to like scoop and like really like
The
look
technique.
at the technique. And just, I don't know,
I do have some memories in your batting cage. I remember the first time I went to go hit at your batting cage, and you were like, so we're cranking it up to 68, 70? I'm like, what? And I remember because it was just to what you said, the speed you wanted it at, I was just like, I've never done this before. Like, what in the world is she thinking? And, well, no, it actually got better after, I think, 5 tries in that batting cage. I was so frustrated, but it turned out okay in the end.
And you mentioned speed. Do y'all have like sort of like a personal record of how fast you've thrown, how fast you pitched? What's the fastest that
Do you want me to go
seen?
first on that?
You go first.
I'll go first on that. The fastest I've ever pitched a fastball is a 58.
Miles per hour?
Yes.
Jeez.
And that's not different from my normal speed. My normal speed is probably like a 56 or 57. It's a little bit under it. But my changeup, which is my slower pitch that I used to throw the girls off,
Nasty.
the lowest I've gotten it is a 35. But its normal is probably like a 40, a 44, somewhere around there.
50. That's nearly highway levels.
Me, I mean, I hardly pitch. I really don't consider myself a pitcher. But I never really clocked myself. I think the last time I clocked myself, I was maybe like 8 years old. And it was only like 34.
Oh my god.
Same with Ebony.
Maddie
I'm not a
started in the
pitcher.
60s. I don't know what you're talking
I know,
about.
Maddie's gunning the
I
girls.
think that was in my dreams. But yeah.
What is a weird question, but what is the worst injury y'all ever had?
Oh.
You want to go first?
I want to say the worst injury I've had. Are you talking in the sport of softball or just
In the sport of
In the
softball.
sport of
Softball.
Okay. It's probably my torn hamstring. So I had already kind of tore it prior. It wasn't as bad as this one now. Yeah, I laid down a bunt, ran to first base, stepped off the base, and it just popped. So that was probably my worst. I'm just recently starting to come back. So it took me about like a month and a half to probably heal. So yes.
Oh, yeah, we were in Somerset. Yeah. It was around that time. Mine was when I was 9 years old. It was the first time I ever pitched a game in Little League, so I didn't know what I was doing that much. I overpitched a ball. It went to the fence on the backside. The girl was running in home. I grabbed the ball, turned to tag her, and she went straight into my thumb. And I fractured my thumb that game. Yeah, I still hit afterwards.
Oh.
I still hit and everything afterwards. Finished the game. They didn't let me go back out to pitch. healed
Oh
up.
my god.
But finished the game, went to the ER, and said I fractured it, and I was in a cast for like 6 weeks.
Oh my god.
I really haven't injured myself badly in softball, but I guess the worst injury was probably getting hit in the head when I was up to bat.
I remember that game. We thought it was on purpose.
Yes.
We thought a lot of those hits
Well-
that game was on purpose.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that team was kind of dirty. Not gonna lie.
They were.
They played kind of dirty.
And out of all the injuries you had, do you have like a favorite, like the funniest one that happened on the field?
Okay, I'll go
Practice
first. So this was actually my freshman year. We were in Somerset again. Somerset, I just had bad luck. I always get hurt there. So I was pitching that game. I have no idea what was going through his head when he put me to pitch. I don't know. Again, I don't consider myself a pitcher. So I pitched, right? He asked for a changeup. I threw the changeup, turning my wrist this way, putting it right down the middle. And the ball came right back at my shin. And they actually thought I broke my shin. The trainer was like, yeah, you may want to go to the ER now. And I said no. So yeah, that's been the funniest one because everyone says they heard it everywhere. Like apparently it was like a really loud pop or hit, and
I was in the outfield and I heard it. Oh my god.
I think the girl was safe though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I threw the ball after that, but I did stay in the pitch surprisingly. And I think another part that was funny was my mom broke her wrist that same game. That same game, she broke her wrist. Yeah, she was pitching to one of the girls and they got her right here. So me and her both went to the ER after that game.
I think like the scary part for Ebony's was when you got to the bench and we all went and crowded you to see if you're okay. It was just like her leg and then a big bump and like it was smooth the rest of the
Yes,
way.
it was.
It was like, oh no.
Everyone was like, ooh, and I was just like, what's going on? I don't want to look.
We're like, something's wrong. Mine isn't necessarily an injury. I did get hit though. I was pitching to a girl and I left it. This was last year. I was pitching to a girl. I left it right down the middle. My fault. She came back and brought it straight to my thigh, and I had like a bruise this big. And I just remember grabbing the ball, looking at third because there was a runner, and I was afraid she was gonna run. I gave her the ugliest look and threw it first.
You better not freaking run. I swear to God.
I just was like, Maddie, take it from there. And I was staying like on my knee. I was like, oh my god, this hurts. And then, funny thing is, I came up to bat the next time. She was on third. I hit it straight to her, line drive. It was in her glove. Not in her glove. It was towards her glove. And it knocked her right in the wrist.
Oh, so you got her back. So you got her back. Okay, perfect.
I got her back, but still. Mad?
I'm not as cool as them. I really don't have a fun
I don't know if giving anyone else injuries on purpose makes sense.
Oh no, it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. But I did get her back.
Okay, I will say it was my fault, but it was not on purpose. I did not try to throw that pitch down the middle. I did not.
Maddie,
Do you have any?
You have a favorite injury?
Not really.
No.
Let's go. Do you have a favorite tag? Like tagging a girl out?
Like, did you hit her hard?
Okay.
I can't recall.
No.
No? Okay.
I actually this recent game. That's also another funny one. So I was covering second base. The ball was hit to you, I believe, in center field or Duranda. One of those.
It might have been me.
I think. Well, Duranda got the ball, threw it to me. The minute I turned, all I heard was "tag her," and I turned, and the girl just trucks me like out of nowhere. I mean, I was standing in the baseline.
That was Honesty, because I pitched. I came
Oh,
in to pitch.
yes. So they threw it, and I just got trucked, and it was her helmet went into my collarbone. It was like a whole football game, but it's okay. I didn't fall.
I was the one that told you to tag her.
I knew somebody yelled, "tag her."
Mine was at third. My favorite tag was at third. I love tagging people out at third. It was a throw-in from right field, and I was at third, situated to tag. I wasn't actually situated to tag. I was just kind of standing there, and that girl was running, thinking the ball wasn't there.
Oh my
And
god!
she continued like to third, and you just see me go like this and immediately tag her from behind. She didn't slide or nothing. She didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
The coach didn't even tell her anything. He was just like, you gotta slide. And I was like, the coach didn't tell you anything. Like, the ball was coming at all or nothing.
Do y'all have any like sort of advice to give to people who are interested in softball or wanting to get into the sport? Any sort of like just advice, like some for sure tips?
I have actually a lot of advice. So one, don't let the negativity get the best of you. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people who want to talk down to you, but don't ever let that get the best of you. Second, work when nobody's watching, because there's always somebody watching, and when they see the fact that you have the passion for that game and when you have that heart, they're going to, at one point there's going to be a person who's very, for example, a college coach. They're going to come up and see you like, wow, no, she has passion for the game. So work when nobody's watching. Third, probably my last one, so I don't take anybody's. Never give up. There's always going to be ups and downs. Just don't give up on what you love.
I'm gonna be blunt about it. If you aren't used to getting hit, maybe choose a different sport.
Yes, it's not
just
real.
us talking about our injuries. It's a lot, and you're always gonna get those girls where you're like, oh, she knows how to hit. It's gonna come hard, and then you see those girls, and then you see those girls where it's like, all right, she's gonna think smart. She's gonna be like, either it's gonna be in a gap, it's gonna be a bunt, it's gonna be something. It's just know what you're getting yourself into, really.
Yes.
Know how to play the game. Know how to think smart. Like, I guess for me as a pitcher, I can see it better when I'm on the plate because I know, like, I'm thinking like a pitcher. What does she have? What is she gonna throw? Okay, I'm down in 2 strikes. I'm gonna get a changeup or I'm gonna get dirt, something like that. Yeah. So just know what you're getting yourself into.
Yes. Be coachable. Be willing to work. Don't let, how Ebony said, don't let negativity get to you. Especially, don't get in your head.
Oh yeah, that's a big
And that's it, I guess.
And since we've heard all about your interests, I guess that just proves the answer to the question. Softballs are not actually soft.
They're not soft. No. There's gonna be a lot of bumps and bruises, but it's a part of the game. So just keep rolling with it.
All right, well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you all so much for coming and talking to us. It's been great having y'all. Thank you so much. Any final words you want to say to the camera?
Go Lady Maps.